Here is another one of those tips I'm just throwing out there. I'm not about to suggest you need to do it if you can get the lumber at a reasonable price. However, as the price of lumber increases, we might need to start considering other options, and this just might be one of them. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of our options here. And the first one will be using a solid piece of lumber. The next one would be using a 2x10 and a 2x6 ripped in half. The next will be a 2x8 and a 2x4, and then we're going to have two 2x6s in our last example. You can use a variety of different combinations if it will work for your project. And keep in mind that I don't know if this would be something approved by your local building department or local structural engineers. However, I can tell you that I have seen this done with good results plenty of times and in a variety of different countries. However, in the United States, I don't seem to see it too often. And I think the main reason for that is that larger lumber is readily available almost in every part of the United States. That is not always going to be the case in other countries. Let's go ahead and zoom in on our solid piece of lumber. This can be a 2x12 or a 2x14 larger lumber. This one here is going to provide you with the widest out of our example. This one here will provide us with the same width, I believe, as this one here, 11 inches. And if you are going to use this method, you're going to lay out the stringer from the front. So I just went ahead and moved these stair stringers back a little bit to provide you with an example of that. You're not going to be lining up a template with the back. You're going to be lining it up with the front. So let's go ahead and zoom out here, give you a better idea of what we're talking about, as all four of the examples have the stair stringers lining up with the front of the lumber, and of course what they would look like after we remove it. So we've laid out our stair stringers and have the largest one out of the group here, and then basically two with the same size over here. So let's go ahead and fix everything up. This is what it would look like after you laid it out, not the example that I showed you previously. And if I was going to use the two pieces of lumber, I would firmly attach them together, maybe grab a scrap piece of lumber and attach the two pieces together at both ends to make sure that they're not going to be moving while you're laying everything out. And of course, the separate piece, we are going to need to attach this piece to this piece. And you can do that with a variety of different things: dowels, biscuits, glue, screws, and nails. And you can even use scrap pieces of plywood that can be attached to one side or both sides of the stringer to attach this piece to this piece. And I do have other examples of that in other videos. And in our example here, we are using nails to attach the smaller piece to the larger piece. And even finished nails might work better here, or pre-drilling your holes to drive the nails into to prevent splitting such a small piece of lumber. And that will become obvious to anyone who uses larger nails to attach the treads and risers to the stringers. And the same might hold true for screws. Because once we start driving the nails into the stair stringer, especially right here at the tip, we could end up splitting this small piece of lumber. And I've seen this done plenty of times when trying to attach two pieces of lumber together like this on lots of different projects I've worked on over the years. So I think the moral to this story is simple. If prices of lumber continue to increase or larger pieces of lumber become less available, then we might need to start using options like this one. Due to high lumber prices, and contractors aren't going to be ordering 5 or 6 extra boards just so they can get a few straight boards for their stair stringers. And this wasn't a problem when I first started out. If I had some bad boards, I would just simply flip them off of the pile. I wouldn't use them. But that's not the case today. So how do we deal with using crowned lumber to cut straight stair stringers? And I think the best suggestion I could give you would be to snap a line on the most convenient part of the board to create a straight line. And then use the circular saw to cut a straight line, or the straightest line you possibly can. Or use this line to lay out your stair stringers. Then you can either discard the piece that you cut or attach it to the other side. And yes, this works. I'm not saying the structural engineer is going to like it. But if all you ordered was 3 pieces of lumber and you don't have a straight one in the bunch, then you can go ahead and lay out the stair stringer using the straight edge. Then we can go ahead and cut our stair stringer pattern and then use that pattern in the most creative way we possibly can by setting it on top of the other lumber that isn't straight and trying to position it into place to create the strongest stair stringers we possibly can. And some of you are probably wondering, well, what am I going to do here? Well, if I have something like this, possibly something like this, I might just leave it, depending on what I'm using for my risers and my treads. For example, if I'm using 1/2-inch plywood for my risers, I'm probably going to want to cut a piece and attach it to the stringer. However, if I'm using 2x8s for the risers and 1 1/8 plywood for the treads, I might not need to. So again, just simply position the lumber in whatever way you think it's going to provide you with the most strength for your project. Then simply grab your pencil and mark along the sides of the pattern until you have a nice stair stringer that will create a straight upper section of the stairway, and hope you don't need to drywall the bottom of it. Here's a question that someone from South Africa sent to me. They had purchased a couple of my books and said that in their country they cannot get large lumber. It sounds like they cannot get 2x12s. And actually had this happen one time before where someone living in Israel couldn't get long enough lumber. So I had to make another video for that, and maybe I'll put a link in here somewhere for that video. Now, if you can't get wide enough lumber to make 2x12 stringers, you're going to end up with a problem like this unless you follow the suggestions in this video. So let's go ahead and get on it here. Now, if you have something like this is a 2x8, you can always put another board underneath it. And I would imagine a 2x6 would be fine for a span up to, let's just say, 10 feet. And again, that's just a guess. Remember, I'm not an engineer. If you stand on the stairway and it is moving, you will need some more support. And that is about the easiest way to figure that one out. I like to have at least 4 inches here. 5 inches would be better, but it's always going to be better to go a little larger here. But something like this, 2 inches is not going to be enough, if that even was 2 inches. So if we have a stringer, and this is a stringer cut out of a 2x12, and we put it on top of a 2x12, we're fine. A 2x10, 2x8, and a 2x6, we are not going to have the strength that we need. You can see here where the 2x6 is, if you were to cut it, lay it out from the front, it's not going to work really at all. You're just going to end up with a bunch of pieces. So what I would be suggesting is that we start from the back. And again, you're not going to be laying it out from the back. I'm just kind of throwing this picture in here to give you an idea of what I'm doing. The lumber that I'm going to be using will be going to the back. Now, 2x6 really doesn't apply because you're basically going to be using a 2x6 in the front for that one. But here's what I'm suggesting. Before you lay out the lumber, because obviously you're not going to have the pattern here, I guess you could cut it out of plywood or something like that. Simply make your own 2x12. And you can do this by just adding a 2-inch piece to a 2x10, a 4-inch piece to a 2x8, or a 6-inch piece, which you would probably have to get a 2x8 to cut a 6-inch piece. And again, I'm just kind of throwing this out there, just another idea. 2x6 to 2x6s might work for something like this, but in my example, I'm using 2-inch increments because I want to make it 2x12. And you can see where when you put the board in front, you can actually lay everything out. Here's an example of what I'm talking about, the 4-inch piece in front of the 2x8. This, you can attach it together temporarily, and you can lay out your stringer. And you're probably going to have to lay out a string if you're going to use it for your pattern, and then attach everything together and then make your patterns. So, and again, you can see right here, this is what you would end up with after you cut everything. And then this is what it would look like after you fastened it together with screws, nails, glue, staples, whatever. Also wanted to point out that you can see the little triangle pieces You can also cut them out, cutting one of them and then using it as a pattern and turning it around, turning around again, and then that way you wouldn't need to waste a lot of wood. You could use something like this and cut a whole bunch of these triangles. Give you a different view of it here. Top. Again, you can see where these things just snap right together. I say that, but it's a little more complicated than that. It's what the stringer would look like in the set of stairs. Piece nailed on, stapled on, and you can always use a scrap piece of plywood if you wanted. You could glue the plywood to the stringer. If you're looking for a little more strength, you could use any one of these methods. Put a 2x6 or a 2x8 next to it. Again, nail it, screw it, glue it, whatever you feel like you need to do. And if you want, you can always use a 2x6 or a 2x8, something like this, as long as you have enough nailing and you don't even need the little triangle piece in there. Something like this might work also. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by hitting the thumbs up button or letting us know in the comment area.